Question 2. Find the equation of the line that passes through the points minus 18, 16, and 10, 2. These are the three forms of presenting the equation of a straight line, and in the exam we could be told to present it in any of these forms. We're going to present the equation in the first form here. But first we're going to find the gradient m. We're using this formula to find the gradient difference in y over difference in x. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is point 1 and this is point 2. Therefore, this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So we plug in those values. 2 is y2 minus 16, which is y1, divided by 10, which is x2, minus 18, which is x1. That becomes minus 14 over 28. M is minus a half. Now I'm going to present it in this form. So I'm going to use either one of these points, these coordinates. So I'm going to choose coordinate 2 here, where my x1 is this one now, and my y1 is 2. So for the y1, I'm using 2, and for the x1, I'm using 10. But I could have used any of these. The reason? Because they're all in a straight line. Same gradient. So now plug in the values for this coordinate here. So y minus y1, which is 2, equals the gradient m, which is a half, minus a half, open bracket x minus x1, which is 10. So now I've presented the equation of a straight line in this form. Now to move on to second form, which is y equals mx plus c. So I need to expand this, rearrange the equation to make it look like that. Make y the subject of the equation. So what I've done here is I've multiplied minus a half by x to get minus x minus a half x. Now I've multiplied minus a half times minus 10, and I get plus 10 over 2. So I get y minus 2 equals minus a half x plus 5. Now I need to take minus 2 and move it to the right. So moving minus 2 to the right, I get minus a half x plus 5 plus 2. Now I get y equals minus a half x plus 7, where minus a half is the gradient m, so that's m minus a half, and the c is the intercept on the y-axis. So that's the form y equals mx plus c. Now I need to rearrange this equation to look like the third form. To do that, I need to get rid of the fraction here, the denominator here, which is 2, so I need to multiply everything by 2. So now I've multiplied everything by 2, so I get 2y equals minus x plus 14, because 2 times minus a half is going to be the 2 will cancel each other, so I'm going to get minus 1x. So I moved the right hand side to the left, then I get 2y plus x minus 14 equal to 0. So on rearranging, I wrote x first, where x plus 2y minus 14 equal to 0. So a is 1, there's a 1 here, and b is 2, and c is minus 14. So that's the final way of presenting the linear equation.